Hey guys, you're listening to MCRO Radio with Melissa.
And Richard.
So this will be our fourth all wrestling episode.
Is it 3 or 4?
No, I think this is our fourth. I'm pretty sure it is.
We're like unprepared for this one here, bud.
A little bit. No, this is number 4 because episode number 7, I believe, was all wrestling episode number 3.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we talked about it was episode 6, and that's when we talked about the Superstar Shakeup.
Ah.
And WrestleMania and SmackDown, Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania and all that fun stuff. So we are on episode number 12, all wrestling episode number 4. This is actually pretty surprising that we have,
We've been checking our analytics, and like people have been listening from all over. Canada, US, Australia,
Europe. Thank you.
Didn't Japan as well?
We've had Japan, we've had Indonesia, I believe. Honest to God, thank you guys so much for listening to us. We appreciate it wholeheartedly. All your follows, all your likes, thank you.
Oh, and a special thank you to your friends at Minds of Madness.
Thank you very much, guys, for putting us out there. We've had, quite a few listens, a lot more than normal, and we just want to say thank you.
Mm-hmm. And just thank you to everybody.
Yes, thank you all. You guys are the bomb.com.
You know what else was the bomb.com?
I think I hit the mic with my face.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Good.
You know what else is the bomb.com?
What?
AEW's first pay-per-view.
Oh my God. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I haven't seen wrestling like that, like professional wrestling, in a very long time.
I mean, it is giving WWE a real good run for their money.
Oh, definitely.
And a lot more people now are more so invested into AEW, and there's not even storylines to their matches.
Oh, I know. Well, there is, but there isn't, because they're doing things in indie leagues, I guess.
But that's what I enjoy, because it's like WWE guys, they can't do the independent circuit. AEW is like, hey, you want to go make money on the indie circuit? Fuck it, go do it.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Honestly, I like it. I like the product that they put out. Double or Nothing was what we needed to see.
Yeah. Ooh, that one was...
I heard that spring
action. That one was loud.
Yeah, honestly, it was what we needed to see as wrestling fans.
Yeah. It's not the wrestling company we need, it's the wrestling company we deserve as fans.
Yes, most definitely. I hope that they really give WWE a run for their money.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody's like, oh, they're competing, and all these people are bandwagoning over to AEW from WWE. You guys just need to get your shit together now.
Well,
as soon as they get a TV, they have their TV spot. As soon as they start on TV, you're basically have solid competition.
Mm-hmm.
So, but let's talk about the Double or Nothing show.
Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, Nevada.
At the MGM Grand Arena.
Sold
out.
Sold out in, what was it, 2 minutes?
Something along those lines.
I mean, it's unbelievable, and it's the fastest sellout for a non-WWE event ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you didn't even, it was sold out and nobody knew the card.
Yeah. They
just knew Kenny Omega.
Well, no,
Jericho.
Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho weren't even confirmed yet.
Oh, really?
No. That was... That's the thing, is that they hadn't signed people yet. They only really showed up at the, release party that they had. Whatever it was, I think back in May. They had scheduled some, release party.
Okay.
And that's when Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho kind of had their little face-off showdown. Some guys got pulled from that match, which kind of sucked. Or, well, not from the match, sorry, from the card.
Oh, yeah, Pac?
Yeah. Formerly known as Neville. I like him. But supposedly he has a really bad attitude now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why they let him go. And didn't want to work with him. He didn't want to work with creative with AEW. And didn't get along with them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I was really excited to see him, actually.
But I mean, like, they had it kicked off with the, a 21-man casino battle royal.
Yeah. I didn't get to see that. Like, I didn't watch that part.
Oh, it was so...
But I heard it was off the chain.
It was a lot of...
Actually, no, I did see that part.
You've seen it.
Sorry, I keep knocking the mic, but...
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the wrestlers, I loved how everybody was different.
Mm-hmm.
Not one person looked the same, acted the same. I just love the fact that everybody was different in this entire pay-per-view all out. But hands down, though, my favorite match was the brother versus brother.
Yeah, for a lot of people that stole the show.
For me, it did, for sure. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Jon Moxley fan, so I wasn't really, like, excited that he was there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
So the 21-man, and that's always me. I'm always the one that does that. I'm the one that rambles like that.
I know.
That's my job. Not your job. That's my job.
Wow.
It's my job to ramble.
Okay.
But I mean, they kicked off the show with the 21-man over the top battle royal. That
was actually really good.
Yeah. It was the first time that you got to see a lot of new faces. Mm-hmm. Some old ones. I mean, there were Billy Gunn, Tommy Dreamer. I like that Jimmy Havoc. You keep calling him Hybrid.
Oh yeah. What's his name was there too? Sean Spears, formerly known as Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10.
And I'm sorry, they have
10.
Maxwell J. Friedman. He's like the ultimate heel right now. I fucking love him. He is probably one of the best like heels in professional wrestling right now.
I would have to agree.
Like, you want to hate him.
But like, you don't at the same time. Like, he's just one of those, like, his heel isn't like angry. He's just a douche.
Yeah, he's a douchebag.
Like, straight up, he's just a douchebag.
Yeah.
And it is fucking amazing.
I mean, there was a spot during that 21-man battle royal where he finger pokes Ty Dillinger in the eye. And
Sean Spears, get it right. It's Sean Spears.
I know, it's still Ty Dillinger to me, damn it. Where he finger pokes him and he goes down, and so he does the 10 thing, and he turns around, he flips him, it gives him the double birds, and then he looks at the camera, and he flips off the camera and starts like thrusting his hips at the camera. It was really funny. Some guy got a lit cigarette stapled to his forehead.
Yes. That was hilarious.
Like, so I was watching that kind of live, and so he's sitting in the middle of the ring, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And I could see him, like, fiddling with stuff in his pockets. He takes out a cigarette and he lights it in the middle of the ring. I was like, what is this? This reminds me of, like, ECW. Mm-hmm. And then Jimmy Havoc comes over, rips a cigarette out of his mouth, and, with a staple gun, just... And the camera turns around, and there's a lit cigarette on his forehead. I'm like, that is amazing. And there was the guy with no legs that Maxwell J. Friedman was like beating up in the corner, and he turned around and he goes, "Hey, sorry, Lieutenant Dan." Well, that was kind of like
Lieutenant Dan. Got you some ice cream. Do it.
I got you ice cream, Lieutenant.
No, do it properly.
I am doing it properly.
Lieutenant Dan, I got you ice cream.
Ow.
Do it properly.
I did do it properly.
No, do it properly.
But no, we got to keep going. It's my job to
Lieutenant Dan. He looked like the guy from Jerry Springer that has no legs.
Yeah.
Who walks on his
He
hands.
just kind of lied in the corner the entire time.
Who got him over?
I can't even remember.
He didn't have feet to like actually be.
He eliminated Sean Spears. Like that was actually a thing. But yeah, no. Then they had the wild card that eventually came out. Turned out to be, what was his name? Adam Page.
Yes, I believe so.
And
didn't he win?
Yeah, he won. So he is one half of the contender for the AEW title.
Yes.
Then we had Kip Sabian and what was his name? Sammy Guevara.
Mm-hmm.
Kip Sabian went over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of the like my favorite like debuts and returns. Well, that's coming up there. We had SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky.
This was honestly a really good match.
It was a 6-man tag match.
It was really stellar, and so it was. What did you say? SoCal Uncensored.
Yeah.
Versus what were they called again? The Strong Hearts.
Yeah.
And they were from a Chinese wrestling company that's like up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they were cross promoting the entire episode, like the entire pay-per-view. And that's the way it should be. Like they should like. I get it. Like you're all there to compete with one another, but here's the thing, though, is like you should be helping each other out.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm a big fan of Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. I've been following Christopher Daniels for a while. Mm-hmm. I remember him when he used to wrestle. I'm not even shitting you. He used to wrestle as a wrestler called Curry Man.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, in TNA. And I've told you the story where I sat down and was having a beer with him. Mm-hmm. So someone came up to him and he's like, "Hey, are you Curry Man?" And he goes, so I sat down with Christopher Daniels, and so him and I were having that beer. Mm-hmm. And someone approached him and said, "Hey, you're Christopher Daniels, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, Aren't you Curry Man as well?" And he goes, "No, I'm just Christopher Daniels, man." But he didn't ask him while he was in his wrestling character. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he didn't word it properly, but yeah, he kind of was like avoiding the question. But it was funny. While he was signing autographs for people, he had Curry Man pictures that he was signing for people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Real cool, like stellar dude. But yeah, no, SoCal Uncensored went over there. They walked away with a victory. Mm-hmm. And then we had what we thought was a triple threat match. And when what's her name, Brandy Rhodes came out, and she said, "I wanted this triple threat match to be amazing. I wanted this to be amazing." She's like, no. I wanted this to be awesome. And all of a sudden, Awesome Kong's music hit. And I was just like, they call it marking out. I was freaking the fuck out. And it was like really the first surprise of the night.
Yeah, like I call you like while you were watching this and you were like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, I was
like,
freaking out.
All of a sudden you're like, oh my god. And I'm just like, what? You're like, somebody from, I think you said TNA.
Yeah.
Came out. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And you're like, no, like, she's amazing. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So, did you know that she's in Glow?
Oh, right
TV
on.
Show?
Right on.
Netflix's Glow.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the shirt right now. Oh, no, I was wearing the shirt.
Yeah,
I got sweaty at work. So, I was like, I'm not wearing that. But, yeah. She plays, I can't remember her name in Glow, but she's one of my favorite characters. Mm-hmm. Like, hands down, one of my favorites. I can't even.
Yeah. So it was Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Excuse me. Nyla Rose and Kylie Ray.
Smiley Kylie.
Mm-hmm. And then with Awesome Kong was the surprise fourth entrant.
I know. I thought Awesome Kong was going to win.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. She's just like real big and real strong. Mm-hmm. And that was her whole thing when she was with TNA. It was, how quickly can I walk through the women's division? Mm-hmm. And then she randomly showed up one Royal Rumble for the WWE.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Eliminated Michael Cole.
Good. I can't stand him. Sorry, guys, I'm munching on some chippies.
Yeah. And then we had the best friends. And honestly...
okay, but did you say Dr. Britt Baker was the winner?
Yeah, no, I said that.
Oh, no, I wasn't sure if you did.
Okay.
Sorry. She did win.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, Kylie put up a really good fight, though, during that match. She really did. I thought she was going to end up winning. She's like the Bailey of AEW, though.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, but I like her better.
Yeah, Bailey. She's like Bailey, but when Bailey was in NXT.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I like her better than Bailey. Hands down. She seems a lot happier. Like, Bailey just does not look happy anymore.
No, I mean, it's a lot of the politic bullshit that you've got to put up with WWE, and that's where, like, I want to say, like, almost consumes your soul.
Well, I guess that's every workplace, too, right? You got to remember that. It's not just WWE, it's every workplace, and they're in the public eye more than anybody else, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they're basically celebrities, too. Like, they're athletes. Yeah. So they're in the public eye, so they can't really go anywhere without being recognized, but
mm-hmm.
I don't know. None of them just seem really happy.
No.
They all just seem really super angry, which is unfortunate. But anyways, back to the best friends match.
Okay, so like
Chuck Taylor.
Oh my god. Okay. So Chuck Taylor is like my fucking hero. Like, not all heroes wear capes.
Uh-huh.
He, like, when I was really starting to get into independent wrestling, there were videos of him, like, scaring kids at ringside.
And that's fucking hilarious.
There's an amazing video where someone takes out, they call it the slow motion grenade, mm-hmm. Where, you know, they pull the pin, and so all the wrestlers start going in slow motion, mm-hmm. Until the grenade explodes.
That's neat.
But, like, not even all, like, the wrestlers, like, the crowd gets into it, the announcers get into it.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite, like, indie wrestling clips out there. It's everything that I really ever see that I think is hilarious, and I encourage everyone to, like, look up Chuck Taylor videos on YouTube, because they are phenomenal, they are amazing, and
hilarious. And
even better, fucking... what's that goof? Jim Cornette hates his guts. Mm-hmm. He thinks he looks like a 13-year-old boy. He doesn't like him whatsoever.
Yeah, but Jim Cornette has not changed since, like, 1981.
No, I know.
Like, have you seen his glasses?
Oh, he looks fucking ridiculous. He has a brilliant mind for wrestling, but some of his views, like personal, subjective views, mm-hmm. I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta took on Angelico and Jack Evans. Again, just a very solid match.
Very. Honestly, like, I was just intrigued the entire time I was watching this. I was a little tired, but mm-hmm. I was intrigued. Like, I was watching, and I'm just like, damn. It just brings me back to, like, childhood wrestling.
Yeah. This felt like the whole pay-per-view felt like an older WWF, WCW pay-per-view.
Yes. But it felt as though, like, they had more time to rehearse. You can tell they're not talking in the ring. It was just amazing. It was stellar. It was well done. Very seamless. Mm-hmm. This entire pay-per-view was seamless.
Yeah. And then we had another... like, I guess the New Japan female wrestlers. Mm-hmm.
That was like a six woman tag match, right?
Mm-hmm. It was Hikaru Shida, Ryo, and Ryo Mizunami. I don't know. I'm horrible with these Japanese names. The only one I can remember was Nakazawa, and he made the really weird face. In the 21-man battle royal, and he's like flexing and made her.
Oh yeah.
Nakazawa. And he's flexing and baby oil all over himself.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. It reminded me of Greased Up Oil Man from...
So the first three took on AJ Kong.
isn't the Aja Kong?
Aja Kong?
Or Aga Kong?
Yuka Sakazaki. I'm horrible with these names. And Emi Sakura. Again,
I don't know how they're pronounced.
There was one real good spot where I can't remember the name of the female wrestler, where she literally picked up a garbage can and just started whacking them over the head. But like it was like stiff. Like sometimes they'll like pull it a little bit. It was whatever she used to like bop these girls over the fucking head with, and like hit it full force. I was just like, ooh,
damn.
Like ow! It reminds me of like ECW where people would go fucking ham with a garbage can.
I remember all this from when I was younger, and I can't even, like, wrestling was just way better back then. I know, I like wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling for quite some time. And now that I'm back into it, like, I'm just not seeing the same product that I'm used to, that had become used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I've said, like, numerous times already, that this pay-per-view has just blown me away.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm watching, like, almost the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
The golden era. Like, it feels like it's coming back to that. And I think that's all been Cody Rhodes.
Well, that was probably also the influence from, like...
Their dad.
Yeah, his dad. And they also have Billy Gunn as one of their head writers. Mm-hmm. And they plugged that kind of, sort of, during the Hall of Fame induction speech.
Yeah, they did.
It was really funny.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue on with the...
See, this is my job to fucking ramble. It's not your job, it's fucking my job.
Shut up. You ramble on during everything else.
I know. That's Richard Ramble. I was going to say my last name.
Richard Rambelow.
Rambelow. Hey, Richard, how's it going? My name's Richard Rambelow. I'm part of the M.C.R.O. radio show.
Weirdo.
But then we had the Young Bucks, Nick and Mac Jackson.
I like watching them. I'd never watched them before.
They are fucking entertaining. They've turned down multiple WWE and NXT contracts.
Really?
They WWE, as the announcement came out that AEW was going to be a thing, mm-hmm. or Elite Wrestling was going to be a thing. Vince gave them like one of the most lucrative contracts ever, like offered it to them and said, listen, we'll give you full control over your creative character. And if you don't like it, you can walk, and you get to keep your name. You get to keep everything. They never give that contract to anyone.
Wow.
Supposedly they did that for the Young Bucks. They did it for Kenny Omega, basically to kind of prevent all this from happening. Because they know that their two main key pieces would be the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho. And the sheer fact that AEW has them, mm-hmm. They're in deep shit.
I heard Jericho's not allowed back to WWE.
They'll take him back.
I heard they don't want him back. They've already told them, like, no. No.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
They'd take him back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know that because he's Y2J.
Oh, yeah. No, well, I mean, he's been a staple for WWE for so long. But again, is how much is, or how should I say this? How long is enough?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
But yeah, the Young Bucks took on. Jeez, I almost dropped that.
The Lucha Brothers, right?
Yeah, Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Ray. I can't speak today. Ray Phoenix.
And that was a stellar performance. The Young Bucks came out in like Elvis jumpsuits.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. That was so Vegas, so Vegas.
Oh my God, we didn't. You know what's funny is we skipped over the best match of the card.
No, we skipped the brother versus brother.
Yeah,
this was the match of the night.
Yes.
The match of the night.
If you go back and rewatch this pay-per-view...
I've watched this thing like 3 times.
Yeah.
This match.
It makes you happy. It makes you angry. It makes you cry. It forces...
Every single emotion possible that humans have comes out in you.
Yeah.
In this. First, you're excited because you're like, yes! Brother versus brother. Their age difference is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know what I really thought was cool, though? Was... Sorry, I ate all the nuggets.
It's okay. It's okay.
Both of these guys looked exactly like their dad in different
stages of
his life.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool, first off. Second off, these two have incredible talent, and you can tell that they've been told to dumb themselves down just to,
Yeah. Well, let's
compete, just so that others can compete with them. Their minds, you can tell, towards wrestling are on point. Like, they know exactly what they're doing, they know exactly what they need to do in order to put on a great show.
Yeah. And
it just radiates. So, like, how it starts is Cody and Brandy Rhodes come out, and, there's like a Triple H kind of throne thing there. So they come down the ramp, and then Brandy hands Cody a sledgehammer, and he hits up the throne, the cement throne.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks
it. And it's like him saying, I've destroyed your throne. I've destroyed your empire.
Yeah. Like that message.
Yeah.
That message.
Which I thought was very entertaining. That was...
Very.
Like the message was really powerful. But yeah, no, to touch back on what you were saying before, this match was supposed to happen in WWE.
And they didn't want it to happen.
Yeah. Dustin and Cody had pitched this match to Vince. And they're like, listen, like, this is a WrestleMania match. Like, let us do it. And Vince, this just isn't good for business. That's like my Vince McMahon impression.
It's great for business.
Yeah, I mean, he must be fucking kicking himself. I hope he is. I hope he had watched that match and been like, fuck, what am I going to do now?
He probably did, because if you look, they're trying to do everything possible to bring their fans back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, like... Okay, but anyways. So they're fighting. This match is absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Attitude Era. There's blood, there's sweat, there's tears.
Yeah.
Through this whole match.
Brandy Rhodes attacked Dustin Rhodes at one point, and she got tossed. She got
tossed from the match.
Yeah, she got tossed from ringside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it felt like a classic wrestling match. Like a really nice back and forth. Like, it was really evenly balanced. It was near fall after near fall. Again, I was really excited and really looking forward to this match. I had really high expectations for this match, and it blew all my expectations out of the water.
Yeah. Actually, there was so much blood. They had to change the cover in the ring.
Yeah. And then I think it was after this match, Bret Hart came out to unveil the new
AEW
title. And so what was his name? Adam Page was like in the ring with him, and all of a sudden Maxwell J. Friedman fucking loved this guy, comes out, and so he starts walking to the ring, and so he goes, "Hey Bret, watch out, LaFan," and starts laughing. And eventually, we'll just call him MJF.
Yeah.
Because his name is just way too long for me to keep repeating over and over again. Mm-hmm. They get into a little bit of a tussle that breaks out in the crowd. And while they're in the crowd, Bret Hart pulls out this really nice, beautiful title and holds it up. And it's just like, fuck, okay, no, like, this is actually happening.
I'll be honest, I was really surprised to see Bret Hart there.
Yeah.
Like, really surprised. That was another surprise of the night, because I don't ever recall hearing
No, he wasn't
or
supposed to
reading
be
about
there.
it.
No.
So the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers fought.
Yeah, no, we've already done that one.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you were finishing it.
No.
And then after that, wasn't it the
Well, hold on, but we're not completely done with that other match, because
what?
At the end of the brother versus brother match, after Cody pins Dustin's
like in the corner.
Yeah, and he goes
bloody.
Yeah, he's like, I need a partner to take on the Young Bucks, and he goes, I don't need a partner. I don't need
a friend.
I don't need a friend. I need my big brother.
I need my brother.
Doesn't he say I need my big brother?
Maybe. I don't know, but I fucking cried. I was crying. They were crying. Like,
it felt genuine, and
it was real.
Yeah, it was an aspect of wrestling that you just don't see anymore.
It was probably, honestly, like, him saying, like, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking a release from WWE, is how it also felt, too. Because they weren't even doing anything with Goldust. Remember they had him with... Remember he was in the Mixed Match Challenge or something? Who was he with?
Wasn't he with Carmella for a little bit?
I don't even know. No, it wasn't Carmella. Maybe it was. I don't know. It was the first season. And then that's all you've seen of him. And then he'd be in, like, some random, like, battle royal. And then that was it. Like, you'd never see Goldust. And then I've always liked Goldust.
Yeah.
Ever since I seen him in Valentine's Day Massacre, where he fought the blue... What is it?
Blue Meanie.
Blue Dust?
Blue Meanie.
Yes. I've always liked him since that. His entrance was like... Oh... I just loved it. Me and my sister both loved his entrance, so we talked about him for, like, so long, and then to see that, like, when I stopped watching and then come back to watching it and seeing that he still actually is around, it was like, yes. And I was just so happy to see that match. I was happy to see him not in Goldust uniform, though.
Yeah,
I was happy to see him in something different.
Yeah. And now we have our main event. After all of that, we have our main event.
Damn. Finally.
Y2J Chris Jericho
versus Kenny Omega.
Winner goes on to face Adam Page at All Out in August.
I can't wait for that.
I'm booking that day off.
Yeah?
Yep.
Are you going to watch Fyter Fest?
I'll watch it like a day or two later.
It's streaming online for free.
No, I know, but I'll watch it on my box.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about... I didn't watch this main event.
This was really, really well put together. I mean, even from the start, and I tried to prevent you, or, like, I didn't want to spoil this for you. So at the beginning of Chris Jericho's entrance,
yeah,
it went through almost like the stages of Chris Jericho.
Oh, really?
So, it went black, and it was a spotlight that hit the entrance to the stage, and it was, him with, where he would stand and put his arms out, and had the light up jacket.
Yeah.
And then the lights turned off, and then it turned back on, and it was like the List of Jericho era. It was like all these different like flashes, and then dark, and then flashes, and then dark, and it was like him with different stages of like his WWE wrestling career.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah.
I'm sure Vince was probably like, is that copyright issue?
Yeah. Why didn't we copyright that? Damn it. They can't be talking about this on the pay-per-view or on their podcast, God damn it. Send them a letter. They're going to stop. That actually sounded really good in my headphones. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, no, it did. Anyways.
And yeah, so he took on Kenny Omega.
And he was on the social. There was a wrestling documentary about him on TSN, like maybe a month or two ago.
We still have to see that. I still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. And he was on the social. I think we've talked about this where I seen him on the social. And he seems like a very nice and humble guy. He's from, like, what, Manitoba, right?
Yes, well, they're both from Manitoba.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're both Manitoba boys.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Are they both from, like, Winnipeg?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool. They probably knew each other.
Both from the Peg. They've been battling each other in New Japan forever, and they're, like, pulling record numbers in New Japan. And that was one thing, like, analytics-wise, is they, I think, worked together with, like, streaming people that wanted to see, you know, did North America have a viewership for this match? Because I think even going into it, you know, would the North America crowd get behind this match?
Did they?
Absolutely,
100 fucking percent. Especially as Canadians. Like, come on, there's 2 Canadians.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait
Right
for an AEW event to come here.
Right? No, we're going 100% hands down, like.
And their next pay-per-view sold out in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, all in.
They had...
It's in Chicago, right?
Yes, they had over 150,000 people in their queue to buy tickets, which is fucking insane.
That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, Chris Jericho ends up defeating Kenny Omega. Mm-hmm. And, oh my god damn it, look, there's Jon Moxley. What the hell is he doing here?
Formerly known as Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, well, you knew he was going to fucking show up.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of his.
No, neither am I. I mean, like, I've told you what my stance are with him.
He doesn't sell other wrestlers. We've seen him live. He doesn't sell other wrestlers.
No, he's... for me, like...
He needed the Shield, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's just not for me.
Yeah.
He never really was. But if he's coming along with AEW, then I guess we kind of gotta...
You gotta deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did this major eye roll. I see my brain. But yeah, all in all, it was a stellar pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. What would you give it at, like...
Stellar. I would probably...
Out of a 10?
Out of 10, I would probably give it like a 9.5.
I actually agree with you there.
9.5. Not quite a 10, because Jon Moxley and...
Honestly, I think that was one of the only downsides to this pay-per-view was fucking Jon Moxley.
Yeah. Like, actually, but... Like, even though, like, it was so simple, they didn't have pyros, they didn't have...
Just...
You know... It was just so simple, and it was really good. It was what we needed. The ramp was short. It wasn't long. You know, it was just honestly there was not an unhappy seat in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not an unhappy seat in the house, and you can tell. And that place was full to the tits. Absolutely stellar.
And then WWE, what was it, like a couple weeks later? Their response was Super Showdown.
In Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
This is like their 3rd time going to Saudi Arabia.
Yes. And I was kind of glad. So the first... Jesus.
I know we have like learned that we got to talk so like into the mic and
we just keep
the way.
like... Yeah.
I keep knocking it. He keeps knocking it.
Sorry about that. So the first 2 times it was kind of annoying. Like their white dress wear that the prince and his family would wear, and they were
at ringside.
Right at ringside, but all would be standing up,
not even paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, and so it was kind of distracting. So I think what they did this time around was they took their family and moved them to the opposite side.
Yeah.
And told the people on the other side that, okay, listen, you can sit here, you have to sit down and wear a wrestling shirt. And it felt more like an actual wrestling crowd.
Yeah. I keep knocking this thing. But it seemed, that's exactly how it seemed. They actually seemed like wrestling fans. The last few times, they didn't seem like wrestling fans. Like, they were just there for the hell of being there.
Mm-hmm.
So. We didn't really watch this.
I went
watched
back
bits and pieces of it. We were actually in Niagara to meet the Undertaker that weekend.
Yeah.
And we were kind of busy. We were tired by the time we finally got to watch.
And we were having some technical issues.
Yeah, like the Wi-Fi wasn't quite working well. So what we did see wasn't really out there. Like, didn't they had pyros for this one, right?
Yes, it was. Well, again, they're getting Prince blood money, right? So
yeah.
And they're spending top dollar on the best stuff that you can possibly buy.
Yeah, definitely. This is honestly, to me, it wasn't a pay-per-view. It was a glorified house show.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically like a WWE live show,
yeah,
in my opinion.
I mean,
where they just pull up anybody. There's no real storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just quickly go through some of the matches here. The Usos took on Revival. The Usos won.
Damn, they beat the Revival?
Yeah.
Damn. How?
I don't know.
I mean, I've like been on top for a while now.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty surprising, but hey.
Seth Rollins defeated Baron Corbin.
Okay, yeah.
Then that one was for the...
and they're still fucking feuding over that.
That one was for the Universal title. Mm-hmm. This one, in my opinion, was the best match of the card. Was Finn Balor and Andrade.
Yes, it actually was.
Was phenomenal. It was great. It was about as perfect as a match as you could find. And Finn Balor retained... I think everybody retained the title that night.
Yeah. You know what kind of pissed me off, though, was... I love Demon Finn Balor. Finn Balor was able to be the demon in Saudi Arabia, but Aleister Black wasn't allowed to perform that in Saudi Arabia because of his religious tattoos.
Mm-hmm. And it's similar.
It's a little fucked up now, isn't it?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, there was a lot of no-shows, and the female wrestlers aren't still allowed to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, Shane McMahon Shane McMahon with Drew McIntyre defeated Roman Reigns. Boring.
Very. Like, they still have the same fucking storyline going on.
Yeah.
Like, the exact same matches. It's like, get over it.
Mm-hmm. Then there was a 3-on-1 handicap match. It was Lucha House Party taking on Lars Sullivan. I mean, that ape-looking fuck. He's really weird. It looks like he's got pubes on his chest.
You know he's your age, eh?
Yeah, I know. He looks like he's like fucking 45.
Yeah. I thought he was like 39.
Yeah.
30.
But yeah, he ends up, Lars Sullivan ends up winning that match.
Of course.
Again, a real stinker-rooney.
You knew it was going to happen. When was the last time Lucha House Party won?
Yeah. Randy Orton defeated Triple H.
Of course.
Again, I don't care. I didn't care 10 years ago when...
Sorry.
I didn't care 10 years ago when I had seen this match. Braun Strowman defeated Bobby Lashley. Again, I'm at a loss for words for this pay-per-view. I really am.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston defeated Dolph Ziggler.
And they're still going on.
Yeah.
I don't think Kofi needs to have the title anymore. Like, it's getting just old now.
Then they had the 51-man Battle Royal, and I thought this would be more of how the Greatest Royal Rumble was. And I think they learned from the last time, like, it was just way too long.
Mm-hmm.
So they literally piled 51 people into the ring.
Yeah. I didn't see this.
I did. I went back and rewatched it.
I passed out.
Yeah. Well, I tried to watch it that night, and then like a couple days ago, I actually watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh my god, I totally forgot. Like, I haven't seen all the matches on this card. And this one was actually kind of a nice touch. That Mansoor, I think that's what his name is.
He won.
Yeah. Who's from
NXT.
Yeah, and he's from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Last year, he was in their developmental program. Like, he was on a tryout program for NXT.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And then the last match on the card, you're already, like, what does your brain look like? That's, like, the 10th time that you've rolled your eyes. The stinkeroony of all stinkeroonies was The Undertaker versus Goldberg.
My favorite fucking wrestler that we met right after that, like the next day. I was so like I can't. Like, I just can't.
I'm watching you, like, try not to, like, rip the microphone out of its stand right now.
I love The Undertaker. Like, he has been my favorite since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was a kid. And I am now 28, going on 29.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So, that's a long time to be watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been wrestling as long as I've been alive. So he's wrestling. He's at 29 years this year.
Yeah.
So, that match was shit. Straight up. And I'm glad he's refusing to work with Goldberg. Goldberg's fucking trash.
Okay, so
Goldberg's been trash for a very long time.
If you rewatch the very beginning of this match, and I watched it, and I had to point it out to you.
Yeah, dumbass Goldberg fucking hit his head into the fucking door.
Yeah, he bashed his head into the door, and I think concussed himself or knocked him out, or both.
Idiot. Fucking idiot.
If you go back and rewatch just before he comes out to the ring, and
it took like 10 minutes for him to come from the dressing room to down to the actual like top of the ramp.
Yeah, there was like a good 4 or 5 minutes where he was in the gorilla position, and then like the pyro finally started.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm convinced that he knocked himself out there, because by the time the Undertaker gets to the ring, he does not look happy.
Undertaker?
Yeah. Because I think they had everything planned on what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, I think they stopped the match early because Goldberg couldn't continue.
Yeah.
Goldberg, I think, at one point dropped the Undertaker. And Undertaker had him up and was supposed to do something move-wise. And Goldberg slipped out and fell. And then shortly after, I think it was Undertaker chokeslammed him and pinned him.
Yep.
And was just like, fuck it, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go to Niagara Falls so I can go meet Richard and Melissa.
Yep. Okay, that was like one of the best days of my life to meet The Undertaker.
Yeah.
It was worth like the wait.
Yeah.
It was like 4 hours of waiting, but it was so worth it.
The best 7 seconds of your life?
It was more than 7. It was like 12 seconds of my life. No, I was really happy. I was really happy to meet him, and thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for letting me come with you. Yeah. I'm somebody who loves to talk. Like, I was so starstruck,
mm-hmm.
where I was just like, "Hi, how's it going?"
Yeah.
And that's it. I was like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Yeah.
And then like, so I think we've already talked about this, but Richard was getting an old Undertaker t-shirt signed. So he goes, "Oh, wow, where'd you get this? Like, how do you still have this, right?" And then he goes, "Can you hold this just like this, stretch it out a bit so I can..." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I swear I touched his fingertips." And then we got our picture taken. He, like, shook Richard's hand. Well, okay, so during the signing, Richard was like, "Do you got any good stories from Wrestler's Court?" And he goes, "I wish I could tell you, but I don't have time." And I was like, oh, fuck, that'd be so cool to hear stories. Like, if you were to do a panel, I'd be, like, right front row.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and that would have honestly been the very first question. I would have ran up to the microphone.
Mm-hmm. Been like, "Hey, do you got any stories from Wrestler's Court?"
Yeah.
But during the photo, I'm sure, I'm telling you right now, he remembered us because before the people before us, he didn't shake their hand.
No.
He shook your hand.
Yeah.
Because he was probably like, damn, like, these people actually take the time to, like, know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And he touched my back.
Yeah.
And my hair. He's a redhead like me, too.
Ginge. Your fellow Ginge.
Did you... Like, I swear, I think he wanted to actually, like, talk to people.
Yeah.
But there was just simply not enough time. There was so many people.
It felt like there were, like, 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, like, it's not even an exaggeration. Like, there's a video that's up on our Instagram of the line.
And that doesn't even cover half
of
it.
That was, like, an hour, not even, of the doors opening. Mm-hmm. And that was, like, a tenth of the amount of people who were there. Because the line, like, stretches around the hallway and comes back.
Yeah. The day before, you remember that wrestling panel we sat in on? And we
amazing.
tried to, like, shake hands with Sergeant Slaughter, but they, like, rushed him out.
Yeah, he was going to a basketball game or something.
I heard a bachelor party.
Oh, did you?
I heard bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
But, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. But yeah, so the Super Showdown. What do you rate that out of 10?
I give it a 3. The only reason it gets a 3 was the Finn Balor Andrade match.
Yeah. And Undertaker was there.
Yeah.
Everything else was just, like, you're just giving us the same product. Like, you haven't changed your product. Your matches are the exact same. You're, like, these storylines just don't make sense. And you've changed your creative. Mm-hmm. You got rid of Arn Anderson, and now you have Bruce Pritchard. Come on. You need to, like, give us more. Give us more. If you're gonna glorify a house show in Saudi Arabia, of all places, give us more.
Yeah.
Give it all to us.
Mm-hmm. And then,
don't give us, like, the same shit we're gonna watch on Raw the next day.
Yeah.
So I guess the next pay-per-view was Stomping Grounds.
Stomping Grounds, which...
didn't hear about it until, like, 2 weeks before?
Yeah. even there's, like, wrestling fans that I have that I work with. And...
even people that come into my work.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, so you're going to watch Stomping Grounds tonight? And they're like, what? I go, yeah, there's
a pay-per-view tonight.
There's a wrestling... But no, but Super Showdown just happened. I go, yeah. But their actual fucking pay-per-view is tonight.
And, yeah, nobody knew about it.
Was in Tacoma, Washington.
Tickets were starting at $25.
They were offering 2 for 1.
We paid how much to go to a house show?
Yep.
They couldn't even give these fucking things away for free.
Supposedly, they sold, not the ones that they gave away. They sold 3,000 tickets, between 3,000 to 4,000. They had to give away 2,000 tickets at
like a Jays game.
At a mall. Like, basically, we went to this mall. Here you go. Here's tickets for tonight's pay-per-view.
It sounds like a Jays game.
Yeah. And so, like, a good, I'd say, third or more of the arena was taped off, and you couldn't see it.
It's about half. Roughly half.
Yeah.
It was blacked out.
And
curved over.
Yeah, they were making a point of not showing that on camera at all.
Mm-hmm. The camera angles were awful this time around.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
They showed pictures of people were taking pictures from the floor, and the floor was empty.
Yep. It was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The turnout was terrible. Like, I posted it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
The tickets were starting at $25. Like,
mm-hmm.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
My name's Vince McMahon. Damn it.
Get your shit together. Give us good product. Like, you're not the only, like, people can honestly, like, your fans have showed.
Yeah.
Look at AEW, sold out in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You couldn't even give tickets away for Stomping Ground.
I was just going through some of the matches. There were, altogether,
I fell asleep.
There were 8 matches on the main card.
Yeah, and it ended really early.
Yeah, it was done like just after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10:15.
But it started on the pre-show. Tony Nese walked in as the 205 Live champion. Akira Tozawa. I always get him confused with Nakazawa.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And Drew Gulak. For me, if you haven't seen this match, go back and watch it. Because this, for me, should have been on the main card. Was the best match of the night. And if you didn't get there for the pre-shows, fucking sucks to be you. Go back and watch this match. Because it was the only one of 2 good matches on this card.
Yeah.
You had literally just missed it.
Yeah, I got into your house a little late.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Mm-hmm. But they opened the pay-per-view with Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans. Again, how does your brain look? Fucking
like a brain.
Stinkeroony #1. I like Lacey Evans' character. This match was just fucking god awful.
Yeah.
Again, it's just showing.
It's just underwhelming. Like,
It's just
you guys booked up. You guys big up Becky Lynch so much, and then when it comes time to perform, now she's just not that good anymore. Like, I'm just over the man. I'm over the man character.
Yeah. And so she ends up beating Lacey Evans with a disarmer.
Yeah.
Makes her tap out. Kind of underwhelming.
Retains the title.
Yeah. Then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the New Day. My guy won.
Yep.
You know how long it's been that he's actually come back and won a match? He's been on a losing streak on pay-per-views, and it's been really fucking annoying.
Very. Why are you holding my arm?
I don't know. I just am.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed the fact that these fucking guys actually won a match. Mm-hmm. As I'm wearing my Kevin Owens t-shirt right now.
I like the New Day too.
Mm-hmm. I like both.
Just their... it's not the same anymore.
No.
Everybody just seems over their character.
Yeah. Good match.
They should turn into bad guys.
Yeah. And that's what I've been waiting for. I thought this would have happened a while ago.
Turn them into bad guys.
Ricochet took on Samoa Joe for the U.S. title. And
Ricochet won.
Yeah, Ricochet won. He's the new United States champion.
Mm-hmm. That match was...
I enjoyed it. Generally...
I did, but I didn't at the same time, especially seeing what Ricochet and Samoa Joe can do. They're both not the same type of wrestler. So I feel as though they had to change how they normally work.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a challenge right there for them. But,
yeah.
Yeah, it was a good match, but just it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
That's all. I really like Samoa Joe. He's like one of my favorites right now.
Well, again, I watched him fight Christopher Daniels in a bar in Milton.
Oh yeah, you were saying before.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan and Rowan took on Heavy Machinery. What did you think of that worm?
That was fucking cool. I like Heavy Machinery. Heavy Machinery, you are fucking amazing. That fat guy did the worm. I don't know his name, but he did the worm.
Like 400-pound dude just like
did the worm.
Did the worm, and you were like, what?
I'm like, he can do the worm.
Yeah. That was amazing. Daniel Bryan and Rowan retain their titles. Again,
I'm underwhelmed with them too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I need new. I need something new.
Yeah. And then we had Bayley took on Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's title. Again,
I was sleeping. I don't even know what happened.
Bayley retained. I was going to say Dana Brooke. Nikki Cross, why are they doing this to her? The makeup and the fucking clean hair.
I miss her old character, her crazy character.
Yeah. Tried to interfere and cost
Alexa the title.
Yeah. Again,
But I don't like how they have Alexa using somebody like how she did with Mickie James and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not for me.
Yeah. And then we had Roman Reigns take on Drew McIntyre.
Fucking trash.
Yeah. Roman Reigns ended up winning. Yeah. I'm just at a loss for words for this match. I went out for a smoke and was hoping that this match was done or almost done. Nope.
I'm sorry, I feel bad. We're saying so many bad things about WWE, but it's the exact same. We're getting the exact same product.
It was like almost everything was the same from fucking Super Showdown.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we had Kofi Kingston taking on Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage match for the WWE title.
Yeah.
This was kind of the only thing sort of different on the card. But again, like, it's really tough to get behind fucking Kofi Kingston when he's like 110 pounds soaking wet.
And he's a heavyweight champion.
Like, feed him to fucking Braun Strowman or someone.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking heavyweight. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. And he probably would, too.
Yep.
Kofi Kingston goes through the door.
That was so trash. I'm sorry. Like, that was trash. I remember... that was a steel cage match. I remember them used to being bloody.
Bloody.
Like,
guys
bloody.
used to, like, jump off the top of the steel cage and, like, frog splash onto people. And now it's like guys are scared to, like, jump off the top rope.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, we heard it in that wrestling panel where they don't have to do the things that they used to do for money now.
Yeah.
They just do whatever they get paid regardless.
Mm-hmm. And again, we get Seth Rollins taking on Baron Corbin.
With special guest referee.
Oh,
WWE leaked this before Stomping Grounds. Lacey, the sassy Southern Belle, Lacey Evans, ended up being the special guest referee. And
this turned into a no count out, no disqualification match.
Mm-hmm. Seth Rollins is a great athlete. I don't think that this title is for him. In my opinion, like, yes, you may deserve, like, a top title, but to be holding it for this long, I don't feel as though,
Yeah.
It's,
Becky comes out for the save, which was, like, really predictable.
Yeah, because WWE is really emphasizing their relationship right now.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's not a big deal. They don't even look like a couple, though.
No.
Like, in the ring, they did not look like a couple whatsoever.
She had, like, weird hard nipples at one point.
Well, maybe she was hot for him.
I don't know. It fucking looked like she was, like, smuggling raisins in her shirt.
Babe,
yeah.
nipples get hard.
I know.
Get over it.
Oh, I am over it. It's just really funny.
But it was like afterwards, after he won, like, I don't know, it didn't seem like, they were a couple.
Yeah. It looked like an on-screen couple.
It was fake.
Yeah. And yeah, that was
the pay-per-view.
Stomping Grounds.
So it was like 10 o'clock and I'm like, oh, so this match is going to go on for a lot longer. It's going to be like an hour. And you're like, no, this is the last match. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's literally started just before 10, like 5 to 10 it started, and by like 10:15 it was over.
Like, are they trying to make it shorter because WrestleMania was like 8 hours long?
I don't know.
Are they trying to do that? Like, go that route?
I honestly think it's because WWE took a loss at this pay-per-view.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
Because after all your production costs, and you've got to pay talent...
don't you have to pay for the venue too?
Oh yeah, you got to pay for everything. Security.
It was in Washington State, right? Tacoma,
yeah.
Tacoma, Washington.
The home of Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, maybe it was just the location.
Could be.
Like, they all seemed excited to be there, all of the fans.
Well, see, a lot of people are saying too that a lot of the fans skipped out on this pay-per-view because they were saving up for SummerSlam.
Oh, true. But they're like, the Tacoma's not that close to Toronto.
No, I know, but cost-wise, that it would cost them more to come here than go to Washington.
Oh, yeah. Like, what's fucked up is the ticket prices for SummerSlam are disgusting compared to
$700 for floor tickets, face value.
For one.
Or, what was it for one?
For one ticket. I'm pretty sure it was $700.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that, SummerSlam is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We may not be there.
We're going to try to.
I want to go to fan access.
That's if they do it. There's been rumors that they're not doing it.
Well, if they do it, I want to go.
Yeah, well, so I mean, I'd like to do it because it's everything that you get to see up close.
Yes.
And like they come up with these massive merch stores where they sell all this like old stuff and a lot of
stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our All Wrestling episode number 4. I know it was a little underwhelming after talking about the AEW All or Nothing.
We probably should have talked about WWE first and then finished it off with AEW.
I know, I feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if you
stopped listening, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys sticking around and listening.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. We're probably going to be downtown for around SummerSlam if you guys are interested in coming and saying hi.
Mm-hmm.
We'll post up where we are if we're there. Try to get the time off. So, well, that's episode number 12, our All Wrestling episode number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Do you got any Canadian Anna? Canadiana. I can't even talk.
Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega.
From Winnipeg. Check our Instagram because I had found this wrestling poster from Maple Leaf Gardens from way back in the day. Give it a like. Check it out.
Right on.
The Iron Sheik. They called him the Sheik. Was the main event.
Right on.
Alrighty. Thanks for listening.
Fuck right, bud.
Bye.